Hello everyone. Hello. So today I want to talk to you guys about the difference between LLC and LLP. Yes. Some of my clients or some of you guys, you don't know that there even existed a LLP. You always think that, okay, if I'm gonna register my business, I want to register it as a LLC, since I'm not gonna do a corporation or an S corp, or I'm not gonna do a non-profit. You just decide, okay, it has to be an LLC because the LL mean limited liability. But yes, there is a LLC and there is a LLP. I want to more accentuate on the LLP because I know a lot of people don't even know the difference, or they don't consider that option even though they are actually an LLP. So the LL for in both of them stand for limited liability. So your business is a LLC, so it's a limited liability corporation. So it's like the LL is because it's been that when you create your business, you have lower chance of your asset being taken away from you. Suppose the business go under a lawsuit. So it's limited liability. You don't have full liability, you have limited liability. The LLP, the P between the C and the P is the partnership, is a limited liability partnership. I encounter a few clients who had their business registered prior to meeting with me, and the business was registered as a LLC, but it's operating as a LLP. The P is the partnership. So it's like two or three people gather together and they decide they have that idea to create the business. They invest in the business together, so they in business together, but the business was registered as a LLC. Bear in mind that when you register in a LLC, with the IRS, it's gonna ask you if it's more than a single member. This is like the type of paperwork that you're gonna have to submit when you're filing your taxes. It's asking you a question on how you're filing your taxes. So suppose you did register your business as a LLC, that doesn't mean that you're gonna have to change your EIN to do it as a LLP because you're already operating. But anytime you create a business, it's like even if you create a single member, which is the LLC, a single member corporation, you still have to have your operating agreement between you and yourself and the business. What's the operating agreement? So when you have the LLP, which is a partnership, you need to have a partnership agreement. You can't operate a business and you have partners, either one or two, or I don't know how many partner in the business, and everybody is the head control, the one in control, the CEO. Everybody think that they have an opinion, they have the say so. Everybody can have an opinion, but not everybody gonna have the final say. That's why there's always a CEO, a CFO, a COO, all of these titles in a business, in a company, in an organization, because you're gonna have to have somebody. The CEO gonna be the one that is gonna have the final say, the final, when you vote, if you, and that's why you need a partnership agreement, because you're gonna have to state in the partnership agreement if they're gonna be voting for you to make a decision. If there is no partnership agreement, then the CEO is the one that's supposed to make the decision, with regardless if everybody else agree or not. But when you have your paperwork, you put everybody gonna have their percentage of ownership in the business. You're gonna put how much they put. You're gonna decide, either is it because of the share that they put, like the amount of money that they put, or you're gonna decide is it because of the work that they do. Before you create the business, you're gonna decide who has the highest authority in the business, and how is authority being shared. Are you gonna be, before you make a decision, is somebody's gonna be vote? Are you guys gonna vote? Is it gonna be who is it gonna be by the numbers of the voters, or you're gonna decide, or is it gonna be just you're gonna make the decision? In the partnership agreement, there are gonna be some lines that you're gonna have to put to decide how the vote's gonna go for yes or for no whenever there's a decision that you guys decide to make. So I had this client that they have a business. It's two friend, good friend, best friend. They've been running the business for over 4 years. They didn't know it was a LLP. They created as a LLC, which is fine. But then I asked, where's your partnership agreement? They don't have one. They even added one of their son in it, and they giving me like the reason why they added him. But I'm like, okay, but if you're gonna submit a loan application and you submit your state registration with all these names in it, they're gonna ask you for your partnership agreement, because they will want to know what is the position of everybody and what's the percentage that they hold in the business. That's why usually when you're applying for even in grant, they will ask you what's the percentage of ownership you have on the business. Or is it 100%? Is it 50? Is it 90? Because the money, they know that you're gonna have to vote what the money is gonna be, what you're gonna do with the money. And if you have partners, you have to list their names. So I was telling her, okay, if you need a partnership agreement, I mean, not if you need, you're gonna need a partnership agreement, which I can, when my team, we can provide you with one. I always recommend, even if it's a LLC, to have your operating agreement and have your partnership agreement. There's so many little paperwork that you guys need for your business, and you don't know until you reach a point where you're applying for something major that you might get declined just because you're missing one paper, which if you would have get the approval. And because nobody told you, it's not your fault, nobody told you, or you didn't know. And it saddened me when I have clients that are like, when I'm looking for like a grant, the qualification for a grant, and I'm like, okay, they got this, they got that, and I'm like, oh, you don't have this, so you can't apply. And this is not something that is like out of their control. It's just because they didn't know, or they knew and they decided, I'll wait. And by the time they wait, here is this money available to them, but they can't get it because they're missing a paperwork. So I always ask, that's why I always ask my audience to do like take at least a 15 minutes free consultation with me, so I will tell you exactly what you need, what you're missing, and if you have everything, then great. So you can just continue your way and just do, if it's strategies that you need, then we can do like the coaching to coach you how to get the strategies for your business. But you have to make sure that you can check the list of all the paperwork, all the things that you need. Okay, my business is registered, I have my EIN, I have my DUNS number, I have my operating agreement, I have all my partnership agreement. I have I said DUNS already. You file for your FISN, your federal ID. You have to file for it. You know that you have your tax IDs. You have to have all your tax certificate. You have to know that if you have all of this paperwork, you have your business plan. I forgot, after your business is registered, the next big thing is you have your business plan. You have to have all these things. If you need a pitch deck, which is like a resume of your business plan, so you can present to like lenders, quick presentation, 3 minutes presentation. You need to know what you have, what you're missing, put them in place so you don't miss on the funding that are available to you. So that's what I had for you guys today about the difference between LLC and LLP. If you need a operating agreement or a partnership agreement, get in touch with me, send me a DM. We can get a free call, a free consultation, 15 minutes, and we can see how we can help you get all your paperwork ready to build success in your business. Have a good day, and that's all I have for you today.